Hello, everyone. Today, I am excited to discuss a powerful and widely accepted or adopted tool in modern cybersecurity, the MITRE ATT&CK framework, and its crucial role in threat detection. Let's begin with a simple question. What exactly is this framework? MITRE ATT&CK or ATT&CK stands for Adversarial Tactics, Techniques, and Common Knowledge. It is a globally accessible knowledge base that documents adversary behavior, essentially how real-world attackers operate once they breach a system. It's based on actual threat intelligence gathered from real incidents and is continuously updated to reflect the latest tactics used by threat actors. Originally developed by the non-profit MITRE Corporation in 2013, ATT&CK has become a de facto standard used by security professionals, red teamers, and threat hunters worldwide. Its structured approach makes it invaluable for improving detection, defense, and response strategies. Traditional defenses often focus on known malware signatures or predefined rules. But attackers evolve. They use fileless malware, abuse legitimate tools like PowerShell, or exploit gaps in business logic. This is where ATT&CK shines. Rather than focusing only on tools or malware names, ATT&CK emphasizes behaviors, what the attacker is trying to achieve and how. For example, whether they are trying to steal credentials, escalate privileges, or exfiltrate data. This helps defenders detect malicious activity even when the malware itself is unknown. The framework is structured into tactics. These are the goals an adversary is trying to achieve, such as initial access, execution, persistence, or exfiltration. Techniques. These are how the attacker achieves those goals. For instance, under credential access, you will find techniques like brute force or credential dumping. Sub techniques. These provide further granularity, offering more specific insights. Mitigations and detections. ATT&CK also outlines how organizations can defend against or detect each technique. By breaking down complex attack chains into these smaller components, the ATT&CK matrix allows us to map and analyze threats with surgical precision. Now let's discuss how this framework helps in threat detection. Number one, detection engineering. ATT&CK helps blue teams design better detection rules. For example, if you're working with a SIM tool like ELK or Splunk, you can create alerts for specific techniques like use of PowerShell to download payloads under the execution tactic. This enables proactive detection even if the malware is new or polymorphic. Number two, behavior-based alerts. Instead of chasing IOCs or indicators of compromise, we look for TTPs, that is, tactics, techniques, and procedures. These are harder for attackers to change frequently. For instance, lateral movement using remote services like RDP will show up in logs even if the tool used is renamed or obfuscated. Number three, threat hunting. Threat hunting hunters use ATT&CK to form hypotheses. Say you suspect lateral movement. Using the metrics, you can look for patterns like abnormal SMB sessions or suspicious logins. It gives structure to hunting missions. Number four, detection coverage mapping. Security teams use the framework to assess how well their existing tools cover known techniques. Tools like MITRE's ATT&CK Navigator help visualize which techniques are covered and which remain blind spots. This guides investments and resource allocation. Let's take the example of the sunburst attack or solar winds breach. Using ATT&CK, researchers mapped the attacker's behavior across tactics like initial access via supply chain compromise, execution, that is running malicious DLLs, defense evasion or masquerading, and lateral movement using remote desktop. This mapping enabled other organizations to proactively search their environments for similar behaviors, even if they weren't direct SolarWinds customers. The power of MITRE and of ATT&CK is multiplied when integrated with security platforms. SIMs like Splunk, Elastic, QRadar, EDR tools like CrowdStrike, Sentinel-1, threat intel platforms like MISP or Threat Connect, SOAR platforms like Shuffle. This not only improves detection, but also makes incident response more structured and consistent. While ATT&CK is powerful, it is not a silver bullet. It does not replace the need for human analysis. It's a post-compromise framework, meaning it focuses on what happens after the attacker gets in. It requires high technology telemetry, no point mapping, ATT&CK techniques if you aren't collecting the necessary logs or process data. That said, with the right implementation, ATT&CK dramatically boosts threat visibility. To summarize, MITRE ATT&CK provides a common language to understand and share adversary behaviors. It shifts the focus from static indicators to dynamic behavior. As cyber threats grow in sophistication, frameworks like this give us the strategic edge we need to stay ahead. So until we meet the next time, stay safe.